Any remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to support and celebrate the good work of the members of this committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to begin by saying that you don't get a second chance to make the first impression. And I think for Senator Roba and their team, this being their first Kara, they have done a good job. They have created a good impression. Speaker, to colleague senators, those that are debating Kara for the first time, it's important for them to know, and all of us to remember, that perhaps actually this is the only bill that originates here and ends here, and our word on it is final. This is the most important bill for the Senate. That we are now sharing revenue to our respective counties. And Mr. Speaker, I want to say two things before I go into this bill.
Order, Majority Leader and Senator Veronica. May the Senator be heard in silence, just like you are heard in silence.
You know, Mr. Speaker, you have defended me, so that's fine. So let me just continue. Mr. Speaker, I was saying the two things that Senator Cheriot has mentioned that I want to emphasize on is the role of the Senate on matters devolution. And I think if you don't get that right, then everything else that we do will be done in vain. Speaker, without mentioning names, because there is no need to mention names, I was a bit taken aback when we were debating the equalization fund. And that some senators said that they are not going to vote for it because their counties are not included. And I said, Mr. Speaker, if we take that route, then we, instead of defending devolution, we just kill it. The Speaker, if a substantial number of counties benefit from our work, then those counties don't have to be the counties that have sent us here. That is success of devolution, and we must all be proud of counties benefiting from our work. The Speaker, the other issue is what this committee has done on the matter of the sharing, the horizontal sharing of this revenue among the 47 counties, guided, of course, by the third basis. Mr. Speaker, there has been a debate, and that debate is coming up again, so we also have to be cautious. The one man, one vote, one shilling debate. Speaker, I am happy that we ring-fenced the matter of land area index in the third basis. And that, Mr. Speaker, every conversation that we are going to have on the sharing of resources to our counties must always take into account one man, one vote, one shilling, 1 kilometer. Because, Mr. Speaker, there is something we call distance to service. The amount of money and time and personnel and vehicles that you spend to deliver drugs in the farthest end of Marsabit County must count for the monies that are allocated to that county. The Speaker, it's very easy here in Nairobi to distribute drugs in hospitals, 50 hospitals, in an hour's time. There are other counties where it would take a whole month to distribute the same drugs to the same number of health facilities. And so the issue of distance to service as captured in land area index is an important one, so that as this debate begins to re-emerge, we don't lose out on that. The Speaker, coming back to the CARA for 2023, the Speaker, it is also ridiculous, and this I want the chairman and the vice chair to take note, that there are certain things that going forward we will have to deal with. One of those issues is the issue of pursuing almost absolute autonomy of the county assemblies from the executive. That, the Speaker, we move beyond just an amendment on the second schedule, but endeavor to ensure that once the assemblies defend their budgets and their budgets are passed and approved, then they are fully in charge of their budgets, without making any reference whatsoever to the executive. The Speaker, the matter that was brought here yesterday by Senator Cherargei from Nandi on salaries and allowances of members of the county assemblies. The Speaker, that debate is alive today. And I was actually speaking to the minority leader in the county assembly of Kitui, Honorable Nganga from Yambani Ward. And he was telling me, you know, Senator, actually we are not asking for more money for now. We're not even asking for more money. We already have that money in our budget. The only thing that we are asking is to find a way of reallocations of those monies and the revenues, so that all the money that we have is not lumped in travel. And actually he was very honest with me and told me that's one of the reasons why every now and then your MCRs are either in Mombasa, or they are in Naivasha, or they are in Dubai, or in Turkey, just try and make up for the deficits that they face. The Speaker, the Committee on Budget needs to take the lead in looking for what amendments we need to bring to the PFM Act to attain that autonomy in terms of the spending by county assemblies, and make sure that there is proper flexibility on the way they use their budget without reference to the executives. Now, Speaker, the second thing is on the issue of committees. And the majority leader has mentioned it in passing. In fact, in my conversation with the Budget Committee Chair, he mentioned to me that there are some counties, assemblies, where they have in excess of 25 committees. And yet, the ideal is between 14 and 16 committees. That's a regulation that the Budget and Finance Committee must ensure that all county assemblies comply with. Mr. Speaker, there is the matter of the exchequer release to county assemblies, to county governments. Mr. Speaker, this is my second last point. You know, Mr. Speaker, there are some quick wins, and I expect that Senator Roba will take very keen interest in this one. All county governments and assemblies run accounts in commercial banks in their respective counties. Mr. Speaker, those banks are making money and profits using the money, the county monies that pass through those accounts. So, Speaker, the last time I checked, this country may be doing badly financially, but we are not necessarily insolvent. The Speaker, this committee, the Committee on Budget, can help county governments by making it a precondition for commercial banks, where the revenues for counties pass through, to ensure that on the 26th of every month, whether there is money in the salaries account of county assemblies and county governments or there is no money, the banks process payments for county staff. Because at the end of the day, that money will be wired through those banks anyway. So there is no reason, Mr. Speaker, why the employees of the county government of Kitui should go without pay for 3 months or 2 months, and yet the commercial banks that process these monies will eventually receive the money and process the payments. So we can have a standing order, and this can be a precondition for county governments to open accounts with commercial banks in their respective headquarters. The Speaker, on the issue of disbursements, and that's where I'm going to complete my submission. The Speaker, a conversation between a committee of the whole, led of course by the Budget Committee, and the Treasury, would greatly help. And this time round, let it not be someone's issue to the Treasury let it be a conversation between us and Treasury, to ask the question, why is the Treasury unable to disburse funds to counties when the disbursements are due? And what is it that we can do as leaders in this country and the technocrats in the Treasury to ensure that counties get their monies when they are supposed to get their monies? Mr. Speaker, if we continue in the way that we have continued, that after we have passed Kara, we sit back, and as governors complain that they're not getting money, we in the Senate are also complaining. Mr. Speaker, somebody must provide a solution to this disbursement issue. And that solution can only be found between ourselves and the Treasury. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, so that we also give other colleagues an opportunity to contribute to this bill, I support.
Senator Kisang.